Hey, how you doing? It's Trader Joe's again. I'm just doing another video here. My friend Martin noticed that in the previous video I did today that the wood I was using looked like it was kind of rotted, you know, and it wasn't the strongest wood. You know, it was rotted, and you know, I figured it wasn't a fair representation of the knife and its abilities. So I figured what I would do is I have a piece of wood here that's from my douchebag brother-in-law's wood pile, and this is like a piece of furniture wood that he uses for making furniture out of it. You know, it's a fine grain, hard wood, and it's you know, it's about the size of a brick, you know, and it's very strong and seasoned and stuff like that. So it's about as hard as any wood you're going to find if you were out in the field and you had to, you know, produce some kindling or something like that, you know, or process wood into kindling. So I figured, you know, if you compare the knife to like a Bark River Bravo 1, it's, you know, it's obviously it's nothing compared to it in terms of its size. You know, the Bravo 1 is a huge, you know, fist-filling, you know, monster of a knife. So this is very small. This is more, as far as my uses are concerned, it's more of an EDC knife. I use this every day. I have it underneath my shirt. I wear it to work. I have, you know, I use it for cutting paper, opening boxes. If I have to peel an apple or something like that, or cut a sandwich in half or something like that, or whatever it is, I'll use something like this because it's very small, unobtrusive. It's not threatening really, and it's you know, it's a small knife that just comes in very, very handy. It's 01 tool steel. Kyley Harris makes these. He's got a few of these left. Basically, what it was this steel was left over, like scrap steel almost, from the processing of an earlier batch of knives he had done, where they used a water jet to you know, bore out the shapes of the knives that he was ultimately going to you know, grind down and you know, shape into actual knives. So, you know, some of the material that was left over from the water jetting, you know, there was some pieces of steel that were left over in that piece, from that piece, that he was able to extract pieces from it and then shape it into various small knives and tools and stuff like that. So this was one of them, and you know, he was kind enough to put a natural cotton micarta, canvas micarta handle on it, and you know, it's nice and it's grippy. You know, it gives a good feel in the hand. You know, it's warm. You know, I mean, you know, I have it underneath my shirt, so it has like a nice feel to it all day. And Charlie, don't play with this now. So let's see if we can do it on some seasoned hard-ass wood. All right, so let's see. Charlie, go away. The wood is throwing off little pieces, and I'm afraid it's going to hit him in the eye or something. Okay, Charlie, go away. Hope this is facing the right direction for the camera. I also want to be comfortable enough while I'm doing it so I don't screw anything up. Oh, another thing is, you'll notice I'm wearing a watch now. In the other videos, this is actually I'm right-handed, so I'm using the baton in my right hand. Ordinarily, I'd be holding the knife with this hand, but the last time when I got that injury, it was because I had hit my wrist, right, and the mark for that injury is here, and it's right around where the area where if I was wearing a watch that day, I probably wouldn't have had that problem occur. So I'm going to start wearing the watch a lot more. Go away. I'm worried about him, so. I probably bit off more than I could chew with that piece. Let's try a different area. I really need a cameraman, that's what I need. Charlie, hold on. This is the sock monkey. He loves this sock monkey. Give me the sock monkey. Gimme, 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 gimme. It's not a good time to play with toys. Not a good spot. Not a good spot. So the point of this whole thing... Charlie, stop. The point of this whole thing is to show that you don't necessarily need to have a big beefy monster knife to do basic camp chores, splitting small pieces of wood ultimately for making a fire. And I haven't touched this knife after that video earlier today and for this, and this is an example of it, of how the... Charlie, go away. Everyone's going to see a sock monkey hanging on the side of the screen. See the sock monkey? Nope. Sock monkey. He look. Hi, I'm Mr. Sock Monkey. Get out of here. So, you know, if you're in a camp situation, you break these down, you keep making them smaller and smaller pieces, and use this for kindling in the fire. And for this type of stuff, this size knife excels. You know, you have a lot more precision with it. And certainly you could do it with the a Bravo size knife, but do you really need to? You can save that for getting larger pieces. But my point is, it's far more practical for me in my day-to-day life to have something this size on me. And it's much more likely that I'll have something like this on me than having this on me. Alright? I'm going to have this many more times than this. If I know I'm going out in the woods, and I know I'm going there and something like that, I'm going to have this. But if I'm in a situation where I'm at work, and or you know, you're going to work and something happens and you got to break down on the side of the road, or you get stuck in some type of a situation, you know, terrorist attack, and you got to resort to living out in the wilderness for a day or something like that. Whatever, something crazy thing that could happen that's completely unexpected, and you know, while it's unrealistic and very unlikely that it's going to happen, something like this is more likely what's going to be in my possession during that crisis time. And this knife it's 01 tool steel. It's very fine grained steel. I don't know how, what kind of heat treatment they do when they did this, but I tell you, it holds a beautiful edge. You just saw me splitting some very hard furniture type wood. This is quite heavy. I used it earlier today to baton through that log, and the pieces are like that. Even though that was kind of wet wood, this is harder than you're going to find out in the woods if you were out there. More likely than not, you'll find pieces of wood like this. I'm sure I can go through this, as easily as I did this. And let's just see if it's still sharp. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Just shaving the hair right off. See that? I mean, I used this knife all day, various times throughout the day, and I didn't have to do anything to it. I mean, I still don't have to even strap it now. I could just put it in my sheath. I'm gonna wash it. I could put it in my sheath, and it's ready to go. It's razor sharp. You just saw me splitting really dense wood with this, and it's wonderful. It's 01 steel. I know Kyley Harris is going to be making some new knives with supposedly even higher quality steel than this 01. I know D2 and all those other steels are supposedly super steels and stuff, but I mean, for my uses, this is fine. I really don't have any issue with this knife. If you look at this knife now, there's no rolling on the edge. I don't know if you can see it, but let's just see. There's no rolling or anything on the edge here. Tip is straight as it was when I first started using it. Let's see if this background a little better or something. It's flawless. There's nothing wrong with this. And it polishes up really nice and cleanly, and I love it. It's one of the greatest knives I got. That in terms of the likelihood I'm going to have it with me is 100% every day I'm going to have this. All right, and let's compare it in size to a Chris Reeves Umnanzan. So you can see how much bigger that is. I have this basically every day too. I have this or the Sabenza every day in my pocket. I alternate back and forth. And so, between these two, it's a good combo to have a high quality folder in your pocket, and then a small fixed blade around your neck. More likely than not, if you're in a survival situation, you're not going to be really batoning with a high-end knife like this, but you are going to be using something like this. And this is more of a disposable type of a knife, that in the event that something does happen, that you have to stress this beyond its design limitations or its steel abilities. If it gets destroyed, it's not that big of a deal. Something like this, though, you're gonna feel bad if you end up having to break this. Although it's gonna be pretty difficult to break something like this, So, all right. So this is Trader Joe's and Charlie's, back of Charlie's head, and this is the sock monkey here. And the sock monkey says, "I love the cKc micro knife." All right. So have a good day. I gotta get up and I gotta turn the camera off from the back now because it's a different camera. Let's put this over here. Charlie, go away. Go away. Put a sock monkey. Ugh. We gotta clean the kitchen up before anybody finds out. Trader Joe's, have a good day.